Hello and welcome to Bangalore 101 and I'm Mansi Paresh Kumar. Now, did you know that if you suffered an injury because of a pothole in Bangalore, then the BBMP is liable to pay you compensation? Yep, you heard that right. Anywhere in Bangalore, you hit a pothole, you suffer an injury, the BBMP has to pay you compensation according to a High Court order in July. Now, the BBMP obviously did not publicize this, and the High Court even threatened it with a contempt of court if they didn't do so. So, on November 28th, the BBMP actually came out with an advert in the local newspapers saying that, yes, we have been asked by the High Court to pay you compensation. So, will you be getting any money? How much money will you be getting? And who do you go to apply? These are obvious questions. This is the first order of business. So let's cross the T's and dot the I's on this issue. Now, the first thing, there is no process in place where that has been set for you to apply for compensation. The BBMP has not formulated any guidelines, and at this point is going to be deciding it on a case-to-case basis, like on a very ad hoc manner. No point of contact has been put in place where you can go to a person to apply for this compensation. Now, very honestly, when the High Court of Karnataka passed this order, they did, give a few suggestions, if one can call it that, it needs to, BBMP needs to set up a grievance redressal forum, and it also asked the ward committees to keep an eye out and have a quality check on the roads of their respective wards. Nothing has been done in the last 4 months. We couldn't find anything or anybody to confirm that the ward committees have been on this job either. Another problem with this is that the BBMP does not have a dedicated fund for this to pay this compensation. Up until now, usually what happened was that the mayor had a discretionary fund at their disposal, and they would order compensation to be paid based on media reports or corporators bringing it to their notice, so on and so forth. By the way, the discretionary fund that the mayor used to disburse compensation, it's the same fund that is used to repair roads as well. And the mayor's decision on the amount to be paid as compensation can be very arbitrary. There is no definite sum that has been earmarked that, if you suffer a particular injury, then, this much amount is going to be given to you. So basically, in a nutshell, no guidelines, no point of contact, no earmarked funds, and no definitions on injury. It's literally nada. But the fact is, we need to have a few guidelines. So are there examples that we can draw from and use their best practices method? Now, in the UK, there is a mechanism where you can apply for compensation if you are injured by a pothole. In fact, from 2014 onwards till I think 2018, the various councils have paid just about £1 million in compensation on pothole injuries. Now, here are some of their practices that they follow to kind of work on this problem. Of course, most of it is from the injured party, so this is where you guys would come in. Now, try and document the pothole as soon as you've taken a fall, you've injured yourself on the very same day. Most of us have camera phones. Take a picture of the pothole. Use objects like a lamp or a building, just to kind of give context to the size of the crater that you've managed to injure yourself with. Keep the receipts for the medical bills or any damage to your vehicles. This is for the people who are injured. Now, what are the practices that the BBMP can adopt? Now, most of the councils in the UK, they allow for people to, complain through their websites that there is a pothole. This is where I've been injured. So you should definitely look into that. Allow us to be able to report these problems through a website, through an app, something like that. So yes, there are examples that we can learn from. But quite honestly, this is closing the door after the horse is bolted. If we want to avoid all of this, you know, BBMP should just build roads that's going to last us beyond the first shower. That's, I think, easier said than done. That's all we have for you this week. Till next week, goodbye.